I am wondering why the fuck my entire body hurts. Guess what happened right now? I'm gonna leave this note right here because my mom has a mental problem. I think she's a paranoid schizophrenic, or she suffers from schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. And my brother involved. My brother has technically the same shit, but consumes amphetamine. So he's a little bit fast, if you know what I mean. I went into my room and I told my mom that I got 100% on a 30-page paper. She tried to change the conversation if you have like not interested, like if she was on some form of substance. So my brother and my mom were having sort of a weird conversation on the living room. Like when I got out, and I got out really fast, I noticed that my mom had my head down and my brother was really close to her, like almost in an aggressive way. So they separate and they continue the conversation. But my mom was really red, like if my brother was holding her by the neck. And that happens because I've tried to confront my mother about assault here in this house. And she's defensive because they have the same alibi. They're drug distributors. They're traffickers. They're people who they've changed my entire life, you know. And I'm talking about I hang out with celebrities. And these people have been on the sidelines waiting to act like consent, like waiting to conserve my legacy in some shape or form behind my back, like by befriending the people I know and by trying to harm me physically when I need my body the best, like try to give me diarrhea when I need to be present somewhere, try to hurt me, etc. So right now, a second ago, I'm in my room, I'm telling my mom, I'm 35 years old, by the way, but I got 100 on a 30-page test. And I'm almost positive they apparently had a particular conversation in the living room, but it was likely drug related. I think that my brother is supplying drugs to my mother. And the same way my sister used to assault my mom, my brother is also assaulting my mom because obviously she's a hog and she's a pig and she has kept maybe 50, 60, 70 grand of my brother's money, knowing that my brother was practically the main witnesses in major thefts in my life. Not like small thefts. No, we're talking about figures. My brother, this little brother, my stepbrother right here, figures in theft. Figures. Not like a couple thousand now, 25K, 100K, 30K, right here. You know, and they want to act like they're good people, but they're not good people. You know, and unfortunately, my mother is suffering from domestic violence. Like a second ago, I caught them a little bit too close, and my mother's face was way too red for her pale self. You know, so I can't tell. They're snoring some shit out there while having a conversation. Bath salts, meth, whatever, drugs, heroin, could be whatever. You know, I'm a chill guy. If they were open with their life, and they wouldn't be so hypocrites, and they wouldn't be hypocrites or such horrible criminals, I wouldn't be fucking mentioning it. But these people, if I'm a fucking criminal, these people are fucking cartel members. You know, if I'm a bad person to these people, God forbid anything that I've done in my life is good, has been good, these people are fucking the worst. Honchos, you know, pins of certain organizations. So, as I'm telling my mother these news, I had my hands in my chest, a little low, and I'm moving, just speaking to her in a particular way. My mom moves like a fucking lightning bolt and decides to pull on this thumb, but in a particular violent and rapid way. I couldn't even fucking feel how fast she was. Basically, just go in and grab on the finger and let go and release. You know, when you're not paying attention. The same way my grandmother, who's 80 years old, would, you clean as hell, would put some fucking cocaine in your nose when you're not looking, just to, make you sick, because their entire role in life was to get me roped up, to get me in trouble, to fuck my life over, to get me addicted to drugs, to claim extortion, to extort my dad, to make me see that I use heroin, to make me see that I use drugs when they are right now in the worst shit, in their worst state, their worst physical and mental state. The people that live here are right now at their worst stages, realizing that they're in dead ends, depressed, with families, with drug problems, headed to a worse life. And they're trying to drag me down in their shit. Like how you call it? Since I was out there in the street being a bump, they were trying to drag me out. They were trying to make me equally as bad as them by calling the cops on me, not being present in the places I were, by stalking me, by befriending anyone by befriending people behind my back, by doing all this evil fucking shit. Being bad people, not good people, bad people. That for a fact they're bad people. Like, what the heck do you do when you got no house? Well, you fucking educate, like me. Educate yourself, go to the military, do whatever you got to do. And what you're missing is basically the most basic things: food, shelter, and hygiene. But I still perform. I still did what I had to do. These people have the same alibi, including major criminals from Puerto Rico. People tied to major criminal organizations in Puerto Rico in this house. Major ones, not like little ones, major ones. And they're involved in shit. Fortunately, they've been sucked in that shit in such a way that they're now using. That assault is here. Obviously for money. I'm pretty sure my stepbrother was attacking my mom a second ago by being too close to her, holding her neck down, making her face really red as I approached them, because I exited my room really fast, like boom, pow. Like with the happiness that I got a 100-point score on a 30-page paper. She was really red. Like, they separated, and her face was really fucking red. Really fucking red. So, that's the evidence. Like, that's my evidence, and that's what's up. And my mom, at that moment, while I'm in the room talking to her, giving her these news, she decides to fucking attack me. God knows what he did when she was next to me, but she was so fucking quick. Meth addicts, people on amphetamines, they think that they're so fast when they're bad. Like, we're talking about people that are so fast, they stab you and you don't notice that you've been stabbed until you're bleeding. That's how fast my mother engaged this particular thumb. I didn't jam my finger with anything. I didn't do anything with my thumb. Basically moved my hand and my thumb has been attacked. And you know that your thumb has been attacked by the speed, rapid initiative to hurt someone's hand, or to attack someone, or to go at someone, touch them, when they're not looking. It's like you're walking and shit, and someone decides to poke you, or put a knife on your head, that you sort of feel you have like a scab one on the right side of the head, because maybe the tip of a knife penetrated your skull or some shit like that, and it sort of hurts a lot in one area of the skull when you're not looking. Those are the type of people that live here. Trash, scum. That will eventually get what they deserve. Get precisely what they deserve. Precisely. And they're not going to change. The problem is that their conditions are deteriorating. It's been years now that they've been snoring a bit too much of that weird shit. And they need an intervention. I can't give them an intervention because they don't listen to me. To me, my life, even though my life has been imperfect and everything that I do is 100% correct, to them is like hypocrites with the same alibi. It's the total opposite, that I'm garbage, that I'm nobody, that I'm worthless, and I've been 9-10 years in college now. Like, these people need to realize that they are making massive mistakes in their life, and that that they will not erase the past, no matter how hard they lie. There's been attempted murders in this house towards me, and these people are tied to the same people that have attempted murders towards me, aggravated assault, aggravated robbery, and attempted murder to me on the street. And they're friends with these people, like, my family's like, oh shit, we don't know shit, like the alibi. They're just about extorting, they're about taking what isn't yours, taking what is yours to spread the wealth between themselves and shit. And that's what just happened. That just happened. That what I just mentioned you happened in this house a second ago. I left my mom's room after telling her the bad news, and she executed some ultra lightning speed maneuver that jointed my fucking thumb. Attacked my thumb. I basically grabbed my thumb and pulled it in a very fast rate of speed, in a malicious way. Not like let me grab your. Not like let me grab your tongue. No, like in a malicious, expedited way to hurt my hand. to jam my hand, to jam my finger. Because that's what they do. You know, it's the same way. Like the knife penetrated your head, and you have like not a scar, but an area on the side of your brain where it sort of hurts, and nothing could have hurt you but the tip of a knife. You know for a fact they haven't hit your head, but it hurts a lot in this particular area, and it feels like something pricked me in my head. You know, that's the type of attitudes that are here. You know, and they're not gonna wake up because they're snoring shit. You know, they're not gonna come out that hole so easily. Only interventions or the law can pull them out. You know, the real way, people who are this toxic, they want to be toxic until they die, to bring me, because that's the only reason they're doing this shit. If I wasn't here, they wouldn't be toxic. Like, they probably enjoying the millions of dollars they stole from me. You know, in a realistic world scenario, they'd be out there enjoying their vacations across Greece of all the money that they stole. You know, they'd be out there living their life in some particular way or form. Like, this house is a trap house. This isn't a house. This is a trap house. You know, this is a trap house. And they probably have like another house where they go. They have another life. You know, in an optimal scenario, they have an entire other life, and they're only here to do those specific things. You know, to not to directly observe what you're doing. You know, the ways, the how fucking precise they know if I'm awake or not to text message me within this house, because they think that they're slick. They're 24 hours high on something, wondering if I'm gonna purchase a kilo of fucking heroin with my money, you know, or cocaine for $22,000 or some shit, and I'm gonna separate from them, you know, in such a way that I become a millionaire and they stay here in their poor, disgusting, traitor, predatory life. You know, like, they're observing this, they're observing the way that I live in such a way that they, even without being here, know what I'm doing, and they're not being adequately transparent in what they're doing within the house. You know, like that, at that level. You know, like I wake up and suddenly the text comes. They know when I'm awake. You know, like that. They have these certain fucking traits that maybe people in here that I think that don't have phones. There's people, random strangers living here in the basement that I don't know, sending them message like that. They're a little suspect in the things that they have done to me in my life, knowing that I'm a fucking stunt double. You know, I'm a literal. My body and my actions in my life are the ones of a stunt double. In skateboarding, in bodyboarding, in whatever the fuck I do, I'm considered someone's double. You know, because to them, I don't have their support. You know, I don't have their support when I do shit. I probably came out in a fucking movie. You know, I probably came out in a fucking movie, and these people know. These people got paid for it, or the people got the connection. You know, like that they have good word of mouth in the street to be hanging out or receiving money from big celebrities and shit, or taking my shit blatantly in public to then lay back and say that he's mentally disabled or whatever. You know, and they have a big problem. And like that, those attacks on me, even though it's just a thumb, you know, even though it's just an attack in the thumb, tell me that their mental condition is aggressive. You know, it's aggressive. Any pain in my body that I didn't incur to myself is aggression by the people that surround me. You know, like I said, a knife that you don't know, someone has a knife to your head, and you only feel it because it sort of hurts in a particular area in your head. You know, like that. That's what they do here. That's what they do in this house. I'm not proud of my family. They should be hella proud of me, but I'm not proud of them. They are the scum. They are like this. That's what they are. Or like this with the other hand. And that's not even straight. It has to be down. More down like that. They're down. Right. Because they don't know. They don't know what they're doing. They know. I got, you know, a street hustle. Got this person from the street here. I know exactly what they're going through. And they're going through addiction. They're going through assault. They don't know what they do. They're extremely aggressive. They're highly criminal. They're highly organized. And they need to do time. Like, once you're hanging out with fucking felons, not felons, but people who have it, people who I know for a fact that have extreme motherfucking crimes in Puerto Rico, and you're bringing them here into my house, you have a problem. You know, especially when I've had a problem with them, and you bring them to the house, and you're waiting for them outside and shit, or they're coming here uninvited just to bring you stuff. You know, there's a problem. There's a problem because you guys are involved. No matter if they didn't fucking shoot the trigger, they should have shot. They should have pulled the fucking trigger in the center of my face. Because those lies and shit should land people in jail. Stealing from someone $25,000 should land people 15 years in jail. Assault, attempted murder with fucking stab wounds and shit, trying to change someone's life, should land people in jail. Should get mugshotted, fingerprinted, and sent to the motherfucking calabozo. You know, bread and water motherfuckers. I don't deserve that type of shit. I don't deserve for people to be aggressive when I basically just exist in this room. You know, I don't deserve that shit. For people to just lash out because they feel like lashing out because their brain, high on drugs, is making them aggressive, making their fucking teeth turn like this, standing out with the fucking jaw to the side and shit. You know, I know about that. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid, and people here act like I'm stupid. You know, but they're going through the worst shit. It would have surprised me. My mom's fucking selling herself like that. My mom, in another opportunity, will sell herself to the next man out there to stop me from getting what I deserve. Like that. You heard it here first. My mom, at 60, would launch herself to another man to not get what I deserve. Whether it be a job, a record deal, a sponsorship, a friendship, a video, a collaboration, a friend. She would do that type of shit today. They have limits to the things that they could do, but they don't because they know the repercussions. I have a cell phone. I'm not stupid. I wasn't born yesterday. I may act like Jigglypuff. I may act soft, but I'm not stupid. They're under something. They're putting things that make them, that take the control of their body from them, and they don't know what they're doing at certain points in time. My mother to snap like that and decide to just grab my finger and pull on it without me sort of feeling that my finger was pulled, but so fast. I'm talking about lightning quick, bro. Lightning quick. Touch me in general. Just generally touch me without not in a positive way. So if you're going to approach someone, you're going to touch someone for any reason, you approach them, you let them know that you're going to touch and you're going to touch. But I don't touch anyone in this house. I barely maintain eye contact because they're so fucking criminal. You know? I barely maintain contact because they're so fucking criminal. I could barely look at their face. I don't eat their food. I don't fuck around. Because I don't want to get fucking sick off their idea of self-harm, you know. They're looking for self-harm. They're looking for an attack. They're looking for an assault. They're looking for a fabrication. The second time I left this house. Not the first one. Because the first one was off some bullshit. You gotta go. The same thing. Gang mentality as a group. You gotta go. And I picked up my shit as a little ignorant boy after being here, and I left. I took my shit and I left. The second time I left, already, you know, gathering sufficient, you know, already sort of having a traits of a really good skateboarder. So a skateboarding contest, I caught my mother punching herself in the face the morning that I left. In a psychotic way. Like possessed by something. I was leaving the house with my backpack, the only backpack that I had. Some October or some shit like that, 2010. The cops get to my house and I'm walking away. I'm like, I want nothing to do with these motherfuckers are doing. My fucking mother in the center, the doorway of the garage, facing the cops, punching her face. Like a mentally ill person. Rapidly, too. Pow, 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 pow. I looked back, it was like the burning of Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, like Jesus Christ told those people to leave because if they turn around, they turn into salt. That's precisely what I did. I barely glanced at my mother act like that. Because she was toasted. She had just stabbed me in my wrist. Because I was skateboarding so good. And the people from Puerto Rico had already been here looking to take my place. Saying that they are better and that those people aren't worth shit. You know? I had already skateboarded with future professionals in a skate park. Rob Daredag, fucking Chris Cole, a bunch of fucking local skateboarders came through that day. My mother decides to fucking stab me. Because her brain doesn't know what she's fucking doing sometimes. Hitting me with a fucking aluminum broom nonstop. Pow, 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 pow. The broom broke, the shit snapped to create a sharp edge, and she didn't stop hitting me until my blood hit the ceiling. Till my fucking blood hit the fucking ceiling. Got stitches. My stitches hurt. I cried for weeks because the hand is very delicate and it hurted a lot. This gash was extremely deep. So I cried every night. They kicked me out crying. You got to go. What did they do after I left? They go on a trip to Greece. Me homeless in New York City. And I'm never going to forget my mother hitting her face like a fucking boxer. Never. You never forget a face like that. Just like, pow, 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 with her own fucking hand. Like a fucking retard. Like a mentally ill person. Looking to fabricate a case in front of the cops. You know, because they're just looking to stop my fucking climb up. In their brain, they're so inept as humans that they're looking to stop the good chances of someone that is smart. It's like if I'm the son of fucking Pablo Escobar to them or some shit. I'm like the son of the devil to these people. You know, I'm like the son of Big Pun or fucking Pablo Escobar or some shit like that. That they're not trying to let me succeed. And every time I try to succeed, they have tried their worst. They've done the worst deeds, including those that surround them, to stop me from succeeding. The worst shit. The worst shit. Not like alright shit, not the worst shit. And the stalking didn't fucking stop until I got here again. Because they stalked me straight into Oklahoma too. Takashi told me, 6ix9ine said that your family has a problem. You're gonna need protective witness. You're gonna need to be put in protective witness, you know, and protective custody from them. Because I'm successful as fuck, and they're looking to be criminals and rob the friends that I'm with. They're looking to rob Kim Kardashian. They're looking to rob Kanye. They're looking to rob Takashi. They're looking to be celebrities themselves with no talent, with no hard work. Because to them, I'm nobody. Because they just want to come home work. They just want to come home from work like this. You know? A problem. Especially at a later age. And they're not going to grow up. My mother, even though she's 16, she's dying, and she eventually will recognize her bullshit. Eventually she will recognize her flaws. My grandmother is going to recognize her flaws. The people that live here eventually will need to awake. They will need to wake up and recognize that what they've been doing is wrong. Because I'm honest as shit. I'm honest as fuck. And they can't hide from the truth. Because one takes bullshit from one's family until like a certain point. Like one takes violence, one takes gang assaults, one takes all the shit that I went through in my life from family until a certain extent. And then the law has to intervene. And that's where we're at right now. We can't vandalize his property. We can't steal with him. We can't steal from him no more. We could just do stupid shit that someone else could take. Yeah, someone else could take a jam finger. Someone else could take a stab wound to the head. Someone else could. Someone else. The way that we're acting, they justify their reasoning for their bad behavior, or for their misbehavior, or for their transgressions. They have extreme transgressions sometimes. They have no idea what they're doing sometimes. Extreme transgressions. Like my mother right now. What the fuck would she jam my finger or go attack my finger but so fast too. An aggressor that is violently fucking fast. No control over her mental state. Because she probably snorted something. I'm almost positive. But they were out there having a conversation. She got really red. I'm pretty sure she snorted some shit out there. She's had some shit. I'm not assuming. And the string of fucking shit that I got them on, that I wrote a massive memorandum on, since I was a bum in Puerto Rico, has a lot to say about them. I got good eyeballs. These people are probably trying to take my eyesight, my family, everything that I own. I'm like a fool or a court's jester or a joker to them. Like a clown to people that feel so powerful that they need to control everything and those around them, I'm not stupid. I don't suck my thumb. I got consciousness. And I know precisely what I'm talking about. They should be ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed of their fucking selves for all the things that they've done to me and continue to do. Ashamed of their fucking self. And they won't be. Because if cops come, they'll say you need a warrant. Because there's obviously fucking guns in the house. There's obviously drugs. At least paraphernalia. Inside here or any of their vehicles outside. And if not, within the house structure. Because I know how criminals operate. They have something. They're hiding something in this house. Definitely it ain't in my room. And I definitely don't consume shit. I don't even consume alcohol anymore. I consume coffee and tea. And food sometimes. And I try to avoid their food outside fast food, and even then I doubt their ability to control their transgressions with public food. With some burger from Burger King and shit. I doubt their ability to control themselves with a Burger King soda. Because you learn. If you don't want to have diarrhea, you don't fucking consume the shit that they bring you. If you don't want to have a shit taste in your mouth, you don't consume the shit that they give you. If you don't want to get sick from the shit that they feed you here, you don't consume it. You cook your own shit. The reasons why I'm behaving a particular way is because of certain trends and patterns that happened in the past. If I look in the kitchen and I look inside the refrigerator and I don't consume shit from it, it's because of specific fucking reasons. Because it could do harm to me. Something within it could do harm to me. So I need to look for something that would not do harm to me or would make me feel good. Or would satisfy the existing need to consume something and to eat. Because they don't care. They will continue doing. Their transgressions will continue unless stopped. And I can't put discipline to them, because I'm not a cop or a police officer. Someone else has to do that job. I could only point it out and leave it here as a memorandum. I got nice evidence right here of these assholes. that have no respect. You know, I am not a pow- I don't I'm not a powerful, intelligent, or respected individual to them. All they got to do is, with cowardice after they done bad things, say we love you. That's all they got. The second when confronted with reality. That's all they got. That's all they're gonna do, and that's all they're gonna say. And then anyone else is gonna claim they're insane or whatever bullshit. You can't love someone when you're experiencing extreme fucking transgressions. When the person doesn't even trust your food for a specific reason. You don't want to have problems with your body. You know, you don't want to have fucking diarrhea. You don't want to have extreme headaches and shit from consuming their food. You don't fucking consume their food. That's how I operate. Like I learned, like it's basically a modus operandi or an MO that if it feels bad, don't fucking do it. It's like fucking cigarettes or drinking or whatever. If it feels bad, if you're not going to be fine, don't do it. And I don't. I look for something else to eat. Like that. Because there's going to be a problem, you know. Because there's already been problems in the past, and I don't want any more of those problems. I don't want to have extreme fucking diarrhea for something that I ate here. Thanks to transgressions, not because of bacteria, almost positive thanks to transgressions. Thanks to the lack of ethics here. You know, the lack of respect, the thing, the power, you know, they don't care. They'll rob me again. They're probably looking for another chance to rob me again like they did on the street. The same way they vandalized my car in Puerto Rico, the same way they kicked me out in the street for like 2-3 years, not giving a fuck. The same way they stalked me once they saw me that I was doing better, wondering where the fuck I slept, who the fuck I was with, what the fuck I was doing, stalking me nonstop, day to day. They even wore makeup so that I couldn't recognize them. Seen my mother in my face and I ignore her, looking like a motherfucking alien. Yellow and purple, making herself look sick with fucking makeup. Because they have a double life. I don't have a double life. I say what I say what I'm gonna do, and I do what I gotta do. You know, like, just I exist. Like I said, I'm a bum. The city is my jungle. I do what I need to do. You know, I do what I need to do to survive. If it means not squatting, but sleeping 4 hours at the basement of this huge building, I will do it. I will get up and sleep at another one the next day, or some other rooftop. And if I need to travel because it's cold, I will travel because it's cold. That's how it should be. That's the way I like to live. You can't stop me from being successful because I do that. These people are capable of stopping me from doing that because I'm having too much fun to that, because their life is worthless. Because they're so blue and depressed and so toxic that they just want to be like this and call the shot for everyone around them. They want to be like, and red as fucking, you know, snoring like fucking hogs, everything that they got in front of them and shit. I'm not like that. And it sucks, because they will continue doing it. I said, like, once I leave here, I need to file a big report, not a little one. Once I leave here for good, that I decide that this is my last straw, helping. I've saved my grandmother here 3 times. That's how appreciative they got when they have these transgressions. I've called the ambulance on my grandmother 3 times here, and nobody has been home. 3 times. Three fucking times. And nobody has been home. The ambulance taken her to the hospital, my mother has met her there. Like, they don't value that shit. They don't value my identity, they don't value what I do. They never cared for what I did, not one fucking time. surfing, no skateboarding, no nothing. Someone else was better. Someone else to them is always better. Someone else to them is always better because they're bought out, they're sold out, being extorted by external parties. My friends that befriended them for profit, for God's sake. You know, for profit. Got friends. My fucking parents probably sold drugs too. And they want to deny that shit. Yeah, they have a, you know, like people that, these people, all these people that I got in line, like a massive fucking shit list of people who are fucking evil to me, have the same alibi, and then they're tied to the same horseshit, the same drugs, the same story. We gotta take that guy down because that guy is too smart, and we're better together. But guess what? There's people could take enough. People could take enough of the problems in their life. You know. People could take enough of the problems in their life. I could take enough bullshit from each and every single one of those individuals that my family knows that together in the same shit with the same alibi until a certain point. After that, they become a fucking envelope. But the fucking, Federal Investigation Bureau, Enrique Daniel Roman Bonilla. Big file, big memorandum, dates, places, happenings, incident reports, enough transgressions. These people got a grudge because of my success. Been trying to stop my success. And I still get successful. And they still get to hang out with like Paris Hilton and shit. You know. I still get to hang out with Paris or Lady Gaga or Kanye. I still have those, or Tony Hawk or shit, you know, or professional skateboard. I still get those, the chances in life to just chill and be me. But you could take transgressions from these people so much, tied to the same shit. Large organized crime, RICO Act sentencing is all that I wish for. I need these people that are here, I need these people on the street to be rounded up into one organization and brought down with the Justice Department. The entire thing. And I'm not delusional. I'm not making this shit up. Because I'm not the only victim. I'm not the only victim of their bullshit. I'm just like the superficial one. I'm the one that could observe the situation and see what they're doing to me and what they're doing to other people. Or describe the possibilities of what they've done around me to what they're doing to other people. Primarily the extortion, the theft, the vandalism, certain things stand out. And then to the worst ones within this particular group, the aggravated assault, the aggravated robbery, the fear communities got for these motherfuckers. And they're supposedly my family's best friends. Not best friends, but known people. People that they hold dearly, that they don't mention, but they could come here and fucking bring food and shit. You know? People that I've had problems with because to Puerto Ricans are so fucking ignorant. They like to have in power the one that they can rape in the ass every day. That's what they want. That's what they want. And I'm not one of those. That's the people that they want in power. There's the loyal ones, the people that they can manipulate, they create puppets with. You know, the ones that they give the platform, the ones that they support, the ones that they give money to. Major criminals in the eyes of people that know them. And I'm not a major criminal. That's the best thing about it. That I'm not one of them. They want to paint me as one of them, but I got no fucking negative arrest. If I've been arrested, fucking car insurance, their fault. Paid all my tickets. Never been arrested for anything. I'll piss in New York City once. And they let me go and the judge said don't do it again. That's it in my entire fucking life. I've been held up because you know, cops like to hold people up. But that's nothing on a permanent record that's permanent. Nothing. That's like, and I've had a lot of fun through my entire life. And the people that are around me have gone deep through so much shit because they're looking to get rich. They're looking for power, wealth, and respect. And they're looking for such fucking things with transgressions, not with like a good fucking job and a bunch of Bitcoin. They're looking for that shit being bad from the slum with this pride that they're from the slum. I'm from the fucking slum, and I sure as hell ain't like them. I've had a lot of fucking fun, and they're trying to ruin. You know, the people here persist on having these, even though she's 60, 70, having these transgressions. The tenderness in the thumb is coming back. My thumb is coming back to normal. It was really stiff a little bit, but what would fucking get into someone to fucking go in really fast, faster than a fucking lightning bolt to jam someone's finger? What would make someone do that? What would make someone put a knife into someone's head when they're not looking? Or poke, or stab, or pull on someone's arm, or do shit to their food? What would push people to do that type of shit? In what world do they come from? What world do these fucking animals that I live with and I consider for some my family come from? That's the real problem. It's the real fucking problem. And they're not going to admit it. Because these people with these massive alibis in the street, being tied to my grandmother, being tied, receiving lumps of sums of money from my grandmother allowing certain shit. Basically my grandmother kicked me out to hoard, to get these motherfuckers in the door. And when she kicked me out in Puerto Rico, that I slept like in the car and I fucking, like, I was starting to sort of surf. Not that I took it seriously, but I started surfing like on my own or whatever, and she left me and I slept in my car for a little bit when my car didn't run anymore and I was sleeping in the car or whatever. At the end of it, she started putting these motherfucking slum motherfuckers that turned into major fucking criminals in New York City inside of her house. Bad people that you know for a fact with your eyeballs that they're bad, and nothing's gonna stop them because they are feared by their communities and they are feared by me because of their transgressions, their lack of control in the street. Not people who would go in a boxing gym and share time with buddies, or exercise or play basketball or whatever. Not people that come out at night, people that are evil, people that are known for assault, people that other people in the fucking hood have to pull out guns to when they are around, literally and figuratively. Like, you're standing there, you got this motherfucker coming in through the fucking, entering the fucking hood, and everyone's guns is out. Because they're that dangerous. And those are the people that my family has tight, close-knit group with, tight alibi, all the same story. When confronted, you guys were chasing me. We weren't fucking following you when I got them fucking with them. Like these two eyes right here. I got them with them. I got them here in my fucking house, bringing food. I could take transgressions to a certain limit. To a certain limit. To a certain, like, once shit elevates to that next level, authorities have to be warned. Alright, there's already a bunch of evidence in my channel. I have a bunch of evidence. I wrote down a massive fucking document of happenings, major happenings in my life, as I remember them carefully, and the people who were involved. And they're just looking to bring me down to their level. Like, they probably wished I was a drug dealer and got caught by this age with a family or some shit that they could rape or do some shit like that. Because they're disgusting human beings. People that live here are disgusting human beings in the head. They're fucked up in the head. They have bad transgressions. I am cool. I painted graffiti when I was young. That's not transgressing. That's not a fucking negative transgression. Worse, my graffiti was fucking crap. It was actually a team bonding experience with a friend of mine from Miami who put me in that shit. And our fucking art was garbage. We evolved and we were friends and we did that. and we only hit like freaking construction buildings or buildings that were going to be constructed, fresh cement and shit, and some fucking how do you call it, semi trucks and shit. That's it. I seen that guy fight one time in front of his house, the guy that I painted graffiti with, and now he's fucking big. And I wanted to put him in the military once I left, to help him go in the military so that he could get some experience. The guy got big, really big, a big, huge physique, and liked doing fucking steroids. That's my boy, and he knows he knows the group of people that are behind like Rick Ross and shit too. That's a friend of mine. But one can only, and that guy, as big as he's not a fucking, he doesn't have transgressions towards me. The people that I've met in my life have never crossed my path negatively, have never done stupid shit. But yet my friends and the people tied to my dad have all gone the stupid route, have all been stupid to some extent, have all done something stupid. Have all failed. And at least not letting me see, not doing self-harm to me and shit. Not trying to harm me and shit. All of them have fell in the trap, economically, physically, through drugs, putting drug in people when they shouldn't be giving people drugs and shit. Like if I'm sleeping and shit, giving me drugs and shit while I'm asleep. All of them have fallen in that bullshit. Because I'm like a joke to them. I'm like a joke to my family. I'm like a joke to the people, the friends that are tied to my family that are really bad. I'm like a joke to the people that I know since I was 8 years old. A joke. Yeah, fuck. We do whatever the fuck we want to him. We got his dad extorted. Like our dad either extorts us or we got his dad extorted. Fuck it, we can do whatever the fuck we want to him. That shit don't work like that. We could take transgressions from people to a certain extent. Like I could tolerate violence from people and aggressiveness from people unsolicited. I didn't do shit. Sort of feels weird. My thumb sort of feels weird still on the tip of it. To a certain extent, till you have to make the call. To make the call, grab your shit and go. And all my shit's packed. I don't need much. All my shit has been packed in that military bag right there. I've been packed for years. At a moment's notice. All that I need, out the door. Because they don't stop. They're under substances. That's my assumption. Not my assumption. I know for a fact these people are on drugs. And I believe my mother's intertwined with this shit. And it sucks. Because when you have a mother that's suffering from some type of substance abuse, whether it be fucking illegal drugs or spice or some shit like that, it still fucks with the brain. Heroin or whatever, it still fucks with the brain. She isn't a good. You think you know what I'm experiencing until you've experienced it your fucking self. And she's being enabled by my brothers and sisters. She kicked out my sister because my sister probably tried to kill me in my room with cocaine or some shit like that. Putting drugs in my sleep. Wanting to vandalize the door to be in my room so they could do whatever the fuck that day. And so they could put things in my body that gave me a brain aneurysm, to make me slur my words for a couple days because a fucking brain, a vein in my brain busted. That's what they want control, because they just want the dough. Like I said yesterday, or the last time I streamed this type of shit. My parents want me paraplegic and under control. Because they know for a fact that I pose a threat to their organization, I pose a threat to their existing lifestyle, and they know that they are at risk from their own transgressions. From what they would do to trigger me so fucking much that I call the cops, exit, and submit their organized crime to the federal, to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, like that. Yeah, giant document. I need you to give this to the FBI. Thank you very much. Daniel Hernandez told me my family has a problem, and I'm pretty sure Daniel Hernandez is a good fucking witness. Call him a snitch. You know, we'll call Tekashi a snitch. Good. Call him a snitch. Guy has integrity, did what he has to do, and is now a millionaire. If that person told me specifically that my family has a problem and that I need federal protection, it's because they're fucking behind him. They're trying to rob him. All the times that I've seen Tekashi get robbed. Family has a problem, we know for damn sure that I ain't lying. Kanye too told me, bro, those are your friends. Those aren't friends at all. My mom's involved in this shit just to try to stop me from, getting what I deserve, getting my diamond chain on. Even though if I had to pay it back, but imagine me with a decent diamond chain, like a decent one around my neck, like a big one too. Like imagine a decent piece that I would owe one of these guys in the music industry, and I would have to work for it or some shit like that, or make music out of a gift. They would take that from me. If they would take my computers or try to steal my computers or my skateboard, my family would try to take my will, try to take my personal property like it's theirs for show, and then brag about it like, yeah, we robbed them. Yeah, the same way they've been doing their entire life. For everything else that I've accomplished, everything else, not just some possible chain from Tekashi. So thank you. Say thank you. You hug the guy. Like, Daniel, chiquitito, tiny little chiquitito. We chilled every day. Me and Tekashi 6ix9ine chilled every day. Every single fucking day. With Post Malone too. And Trippie Redd. I chilled with all those kids. I was like the oldest one of the group. And the people from PR that started fucking following me, when I was hanging out with those people, started since I skateboarded and where I'm nearby now. So 4 years, the stalking for the people from PR started 4 years before that. People that came into my skateboard contest from the Puerto Rican skate industry completely fucking unannounced. That's when the problem started. That's when they started hawking that this guy was going to post a threat to their organization because I was going to point them out and say, these guys are garbage, because I'm going to tell you straight to your face. If I tell you for a fact that these people in magazines or whatever are a major issue based on transgressions and based on public perception, I'm giving you the fucking real. I'm giving you the straight up word of mouth, the face to face. These people are a problem, and you guys need to stay away from these people right now. So you sort of get the picture. So you get the big picture. Stalking for me, same people that stalked Tekashi and stalked Trippie and stalked Kanye. When I thanks to me hanging out with them or whatever, started when I skateboarded with a couple future professionals near where I'm at now. People who came to the contest unannounced. A YMCA private event. People that have no motherfucking, like, why the fuck would these people be here? Hawking. Looking to snatch, take, transgress, take, give bad influence, talk some shit, say that they're better, when someone like me that cannot be corrupted is about to take their place. Or when I post a threat to their bullshit life, because I'll give it to you straight to your face. Your life is shit. What you do is bad as fuck. you should fucking dig a hole like a fucking ostrich and put your head in it. You're lucky you ain't dead yet. And anything that and putting the Puerto Rican flag or raising the Puerto Rican flag in your name, you're a fucking shame. You should be ashamed of your fucking self. It's who you are, and you ain't probably even Puerto Rican, you Dominican scum. Like that. That's how I would cut it to them. You Dominican scum. Same with anyone else. You Argentinian scum. You Venezuelan scum. You guys aren't from Puerto Rico. You guys are fresh off the boat, looking to get rich on this shit. Land on the free. You know, the land of the free. Using Puerto Rico as the gateway to the United States extreme sports scene. Landing in Hawaii. Selling drugs in Puerto Rico to go to Hawaii. Doing all this shit. And you will never have what I have. You know, you will never have the talent. You will never have a good water mouth. You could lie to anyone's. You could fucking create this illusion that you're a good person to the rest of the world, but you can't lie around me. You know, like that. Their illusion, their bullshit made up life can't stand strong evidence and facts. Strong evidence and facts. And the industries in general are fucking, they have like 95% will select these people that got the most to lose to put them in brands and shit. The worst ones. The real criminal ones are the ones that have enough money to go out there and extort some other brand guy so they can put him on a t-shirt, or so they can put him on a fucking couple boards or a couple shoes and shit. The worst one. Not like the normal kid, you know, not like Johnny from suburbia who skated in his yard and shit. And few of them are those. Very few. Small amount of those people come from real good family parents. The rest, for some, in extreme sports, people who are cuffed, you know, people are cuffed up all the time, coughed up for bullshit, you know, cuffs, back, you know, a bunch of fucking cop car rides. And I'm not cop car rides, and I don't hang out with people who are cop car rides. I don't like hanging out with people who are like that. And I broke a bunch of rules when growing up, drinking and driving, all of them, but I never got caught. I'm never out there proud of myself that I got caught and I did time and shit, like these people are. That they are notorious because they have kept the word and they're protecting the worst fucking trash industry and continue to have the same story. Trash. Just trash. So yeah. I'm going to start the other video game, so let's fly some shit. It's 3:29. Go to restream and change the topic of the stream so we could start. Freaking streaming the video game. Creator dashboard. Yeah, once I shut down the stream, I'm gonna start the other one. I think I have everything set up already. Wait, I gotta put the microphone. Oh, my little microphone, the one that they stole. They stole this same microphone from me in this room, and they tried to give me an old one and thought that I was dumb, that I wasn't gonna notice. Bought a brand new one, brand new box and everything, and they came into my room and tried to replace the fucking box of an old microphone and put the old microphone in. The same one, same model, but with a different box. And I remember clearly the way I opened the motherfucking microphone too. Yeah, it's definitely a different box, and I definitely did not fucking open this box in that particular way. I used a scissor to open this box, and they tried to give me a crimp cut seal box and left it in my room. Basically exchanged something old for something new. And I'm almost positive they've done that shit with other shit within this room. We could probably think that they stole my Power Beats 3 and they exchanged my Power Beats 3 for something old and something new, and maybe my cell phone right when I got it. The white cell phone that my father gave me. I believe that cell phone was replaced. But I can't point the finger out because it was vandalized so quick. That phone was brand new. And I took a shower, came back, a bunch of scratches in the back. The fuck? I just dried it and cleaned it. And I'm inspecting it again, and it's been fucking doodled on by some meth head. The fuck? They have no respect for personal property here. None. Because these people are easy come, easy go. They're like, buy a $50,000 car and crash it. Laundering. You know, people need to do time here. Long time for the shit. Long time. I don't care if they're my family. Long time. So they could wake up and recognize that transgressions. People could take transgressions to so much. You know? You could take transgressions until you are about to call the cops and you do it. You can't though. You know, you can't take this bullshit no more. You may be soft. You've lived with it your whole life. Da-da-da-da. No. People need to be stopped some way. Only justice, real justice, can fucking put them in their place. Justice. Nothing else. Justice will be like, can't do that shit here. You know? Like, that's all I got to protect myself. Justice. That's it. Watch him. If shit hits the fan, they're gonna try to be cultured and elitist and say we got confidential information about him, but I got sufficient information to lock him up forever. At some point, forever. Like if I was a judge, I'd lock him up for a significant. I'd give him 20, and I'd stop listening to them forever. If I were a judge, I'd give my family together as a group under RICO 20. If evidence pops up that they're involved in distribution of drugs in large quantities and the extortion and the identity theft. If I catch them stealing my identity or involved with the extreme sports industries and people within, just to, you know, not to him, you're better. That bullshit, me being in their family, they need to go. They need to go. They need to get in that paddy wagon and put on that orange jumpsuit because I want nothing to do with them. Just like Tekashi said. Tekashi is a fucking truth teller and a psychic. He made himself rich with the help of the richest black man in America right now. Kanye Omari West. Or Omari alias Kanye West. Now, these people aren't gonna lie to me. These people are a threat to what I do. They're a threat to my income. They're a threat to my employment. They're a threat to my entertainment. They're a threat to my leisure. They're a threat to my family. I wouldn't doubt these people fucking stop me from having a family or scared away any attempt out there in the street of me having a girlfriend and a family. I wouldn't doubt my family itself was the reason my girlfriends dumped me, because they were scared. My girlfriends probably dumped me because they were scared of my family, because they are like that. The way they transgress, the way they communicate, their demeanor. They're, like I said, they'd rather have me quadriplegic, in control, and the money that I've taken 11, 12 years to earn since I started saving would probably be liquidated in a year. They'd liquidate my shit in a year. Or less. Because they have no control. Because humans are inherently evil. So yeah, I'm gonna shut down the stream and start a new one. So I'm gonna shut down right here. Hope you guys I'll be right back. I'll start playing the other one in a second.